gone by since I've lost my rubber ducky named Jim. I loved him. I loved him more than I hated gym class, which is a substantial amount. Why this war continue? Can't the duckies just agree that they can also share the dub of the toy boats? They both float. They're both adorable in their own way. But when one sinks, it's proper. When the other sinks, it's sad because it's a duck. Reading bedtime. I'm sure it's code. This is the leader of the rubber duckies telling me it's time for the boats to sleep. Their reign of terror to end. I say to you, there is but one more. The dinosaurs. The dinosaurs without batteries will rise. The battle of the playtime bath toys shan't continue without the dinosaurs. Cannot stop them now.
Comet could not.
Is it? It can't be. It is. It's a stuffed animal that does not belong in here. Stop it. It'll grow mold. Mold will spread throughout the furniture. It's not fair. It's not fair, you see. Why did the world be such a cruel place? Can't we all just love bath time the way we were supposed to? No. Not ever since Jaws came out and you wanted to buy the toy sharks and the diver playset. All they do is eat each other day in and day out. When does the madness stop, Tyrant? When does the madness stop? I've made a grave decision. I will switch to showers and end this nightmare. It has been done. We're at peace now. Unless... Is that? It can't be. It is all. Oh, shit.
So I want you to know...
These are the messages I get in my inbox.
I want you to know...
On a weekly basis.
I sent you that while sitting in a gas station parked in front of the pump before I got out of the car. So... And there were people
you
in
realize
there.
That's 2 minutes and 44 seconds long. So you just sat in front of the pump making them wonder, oh crap, is this a terrorist?
Yep.
Is he gonna blow up the pump? Is he doing his last diggy?
Oh, I'm proud of the things I do. I don't know about you guys, but that's my philosophy. Do what you want as long as you're proud of it. Anyways, welcome to Tyrus&Nao Live. Play the theme song.
Tyrus&Nao.
It's a podcast!
Alright, welcome back. How have you been doing, Tyrus? There's a lot of updates that we have to give to the viewers.
Did they go somewhere else to hear the theme song?
No. I just when I
Do we have a theater? Are we holding viewings for it?
Yeah, no.
Are they scheduled?
When I said
Do
play
you
the theme
just show up
song.
and someone hits the play button like in Second Life?
Anyways, what is new? Is there anything new that I may or may not have accidentally revealed to the world before you got the chance to do on an entirely different podcast?
I've decided that all Jimmy the Freak podcasts are their own separate canon.
That's a different storyline. It's
one's
like
the Legends
Brawl.
canon and the other one's just the canon.
It's like Brawl. It doesn't really
It's
count
like what
as
they're trying to
canon.
do with Star Wars. They're making all the books and stuff Legends, quote unquote, canon.
Uh-huh.
And then they're not really canon, but they have their own canon.
That's kind of
But it's
smart
not
in its own way.
They're
Stupid at the
acknowledging
same
that they exist,
time,
but
yeah.
I kind of hate that they're just getting rid of all of it.
Well, you gotta
As far as we know, it's pretty much all gone.
you gotta break some eggs to make an omelet.
Unless you order now the egg teleporting egg device.
Tyrus, what is new in your life before I scream it from the rooftops the second time?
Well, I mean, I'm getting over a cold, as you can tell from my voice.
Tyrus!
Should you call this the ColdCast?
ColdCast. Yeah, we've actually been trying to do this for the past 3 days because we wanted to do this close after an event that we're going to talk about later on that I've been waiting for 10 years. But yeah, we'll go on to that later. But Tyrus recently has become.
Well, the sad thing is I didn't know this event had been going on for 10 years until about a week ago.
Yeah, but it's Tyrus is the father. Isn't that right, buddy?
Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, feel the excitement and enthusiasm in the new father's
I've been
voice.
busy.
That's why we've been away for so long.
I am the poopsmith. I am the poopsmith.
That's a real text message I got from him. Yep, he's
Yeah,
father
no kidding.
now.
I came to the realization just after I finished changing one of his diapers that I am Poopsmith. And then I said it out loud, then I texted it to him.
I love how it's like an empowering thing. You just got done throwing the
It
diaper
is.
away.
No,
Just like,
not
I
kidding.
am the Poopsmith.
Yes, I challenge any of you out there who is a dad or a babysitter or anything where you have to deal with diapers to say it and not feel empowered.
Just say it, feel empowered, and then throw your shovel back in the pile of what's it, and continue with your
Yes.
work.
Yes, it's one of those proud achievements. I also bought a shirt for myself that says, "Because I said so," signed Dad.
That's awesome.
I'm just being prepared.
As for me, nothing that big has happened in my life, but I did get a job, and I have a story with that job that I'm going to share with Tyrus for the first time. So at this job, it's basically a restaurant. Well, it is a restaurant, but I had a goal of handing out 3 Yelp cards. Okay.
What? Oh, like to go on Yelp and rate you and stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
Shit, we got a ton of those when we were in Branson on our honeymoon
yeah, and I
years ago.
grabbed the wrong pile of cards. So we have what I call like screw up cards, and what it is it's a free meal of a specific type. I'm like trying to be.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to be as vague as I possibly can be because I don't want. I could be talking about my current job. I could be talking about my last job, but I doubt anyone's going to be hearing this or whatever. I I grabbed 3 of the free meal cards. And I handed those out thinking those were the Yelp cards, and I wrote my name on the back of them. So what I thought I was doing all day was hey, if you think that I did like a good job today and you have some free time, please fill out this Yelp card. It would really help us out all. Thank you for so much for coming. But what actually I turned out doing on accident is like, hey, give me a review. Here's a free meal. Like I didn't even know, but it probably looks so bad. Oh, I told my manager I felt really bad about I offered to pay for him and all that stuff, but it all turned out cool. But anyways, yeah, that's our life updates. You got anything to add? Silence is good.
Been so many places
You
in the
have
past month.
so many road trips.
It's been so ridiculous.
How many road trips? 3?
At least 3. 4 if you make each one of those 2, which one of them should have counted as 2 each way.
And I
But,
texted you like a maniac, each and every single one.
No, you really didn't. You got terrible Google Now whatever on your my Android phone trying to text you back. And it called you a bitch at one point.
Yeah.
And that was just fantastic.
That was one of the greatest moments in our history.
My phone cussed him out. I didn't.
No. It's just the first time Tyrus ever called me a bitch has to go in the books. Because that is a time to remember, kids.
When was that?
I'm trying to find it right now. Just entertain the good people while I look for it. But anyways, yeah.
I was going to start singing the Price is Right theme, but I decided that I shouldn't
You
because it's probably
should.
copyrighted.
More than most likely copyrighted.
And that show's been going on for what? 30 years?
Okay, now I'm just getting into the part where I don't understand our text messages. Here's a real text message from
Well, I
Tyrus.
recently had to clear them out.
Pokemon by Bill Cosby. That is it. That is just what Tyrus sent me, and that is the end of that. I didn't even respond. But anyways,
What did I?
Yeah. So
I didn't go further than that
no,
because
it was
I had,
just
like this whole thing set up.
it was just
What's after
Pokemon.
that?
But I think because that's like a running joke because there's one time I remember editing it like you said, "Oh come on," but you sounded like you were saying Pokemon in a Bill Cosby voice. Oh come on. But yeah. Anyways,
I think I was trying to come up with a way to have Bill Cosby sing the Pokemon theme because I was really
Pokemon!
bored at work.
Got to catch some ball with the pudding. Anyways,
Pokemon! Gotta catch the ball!
Disney fans and people who are mildly interested in Disney alike, I have the greatest news I've ever wanted to say on this channel.
Hatbox Ghost is back.
Hatbox Ghost is backed. He hasn't been in that mansion
Backed.
since
He's back.
1969. And he's backed by Kickstarter, and no, he's back. He's in there. He's standing in the attic.
He hadn't been in there since '69.
69. 2 days.
Then
after
how did you ever see him in person?
I never saw him in person. I saw him
How did you
with
become
pictures.
obsessed with him?
Because he's a legend, Tyrus. He was only in the ride for like 2 or 3 days. There's one video of him on a Super 8 camera that's in black and white, and there's one picture of him in the ride. That's it. Ever since, like, before he came in, those are the only 2 ways you can hear about him. And he's by far the most badass looking ghost in the entire mansion. People speculated for years why he was taken out. Whether he was too scary and he was frightening kids, or the effect didn't work, or they just didn't have the money to make it, do what it was supposed to do. Answer, all of the above. The effect didn't work, and what was happening was the effect is. I'll probably put up a picture of the Hatbox Ghost. Well, I'll make Tyrus do it because if I Google it, I'll spoil what he looks like now. I haven't gone on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, anything at all for 3 days now, and I have 11 more days to go.
To see it.
Yeah, I can't see it. I have 11 more days to go. Pray for me, people.
Well, it's like me trying not to see Avengers spoilers. I'm gonna see if I can't figure out sometime to see it.
Ooh, well, I think you have the more difficult task here. But anyways, yeah.
I just don't look at the last 3 tabs of my monstrosity that is Google Chrome.
We'll not even talk about that. There's going to be some people coming to your house later on this week. They're there to help you. Just remember that. Anyways, so the effect is the effect is his head is supposed to disappear from his shoulders and reappear in the Hatbox. But because of how the Doom Buggies, which are the ride cars, how they're faced with the light, it just looked like a creepy ghost holding a head in a box because you could see both heads at the same time, and that was really gruesome and scary for kids. And they didn't want anything to do with it, and they would complain and all that stuff, and they just really didn't want that, blunder to be on the mansion's opening, so they just said, you know what, they took it out. When they took it out, the animatronic itself was lost. No one knows where it is. It's just gone. So 10, not 10 years, but that's how I've known about him for 10 years, but almost, they just celebrated their 40th anniversary, Haunted Mansion, so like 40 years and some change later, Haunted Mansion comes back. I mean, a Hatbox Ghost comes back, and I heard he looks glorious, and I can't wait to see him. Well, I'm going to see him on the 22nd when I go for the 24-hour party, and I just can't wait. It's going to be great. I'm also going to Universal this Wednesday to check out Springfield, but speaking of Universal, one of our childhood dreams, maybe yours as well as mine, has finally come true, Tyrus. Would you like to ask?
Nintendo has given Universal to make licensed rides based on their IPs.
Now, obviously, this opens up
pretty interesting.
This opens up a world of opportunity because, like, like Mario ride, a Zelda ride, F-Zero, which was your idea, which is fantastic.
Well, I was gonna say is that
Star Fox.
2 of the ones I came up with were F-Zero and Star Fox, and I thought they'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine?
Because they're just so fast-paced and there's so much to look at, so much good stuff, and that's what makes a good ride is the visuals and the speed of it, I think, in my opinion. Yes, there are good story rides and stuff, but the ones that would make good stories would be more Zelda, maybe.
Yeah,
but
I came up with an idea about a Zelda attraction recently. A walk-through dungeon experience where, like...
Ooh.
Yeah, like based on like
you
the
get
original
a sword
games.
Stuff too.
Yeah, and you have to solve the puzzles to get out there and all that stuff, and it's like timed and stuff like that. Like kind of like a haunt maze, but not scary. You know what I mean? Like a little creepy because it's Zelda. It's a little bit creepy sometimes, but I mean, yeah, like a walk-through Zelda experience. And I hope that like because
or
Nintendo...
something like that to that extent, but like the Scooby-Doo ride at Six Flags, but
yeah!
Metroid. A light
Yeah.
gun ride.
Ooh,
with
that would be
Samus.
great. Because Universal
really good
Studios
idea.
Hollywood doesn't have a light gun ride yet, so I'm pretty sure that I hope they take the Metroid route and not freaking Duck Hunt, because that would just be hilarious. I would ride that 20 times in a row. I'm not gonna lie. If it's just the same background and the same everything.
Attacked by thousands of ducks.
The final boss is
Real
like a
ducks.
giant
Made of
animatronic
monsters
dog.
of that you.
I just
To shoot out his teeth.
my only hope is that
Hey,
because
did you know Duck Hunt. Interesting.
Duck Hunt, yeah.
It could be a restaurant. Duck Hunt could be a restaurant. Anyway, Duck Hunt, the original game actually had a secret second player mode. You could control the ducks if you plugged in a second controller.
I did not know that.
I didn't know
Huh.
it until a few days ago.
That's awesome. I wish I did that. Oh, that's really
Yeah.
cool. I'm gonna have to go find Duck Hunt. I'm gonna go buy an NES and an old school TV and a Duck Hunt and a friend. I'll buy a friend to play with me.
Like that. Like that skit on the Amanda Show in the boxes.
Oh, I remember the Amanda Show. That was great. But my worry about this is obviously Nintendo games are licensed. Well, the key demographic that they're aiming for is children. But just like Disney, it's not only for children. It's for people of all ages. And I hope that they just don't dumb down what's coming. Like, I hope that it's a little bit threatening and it's not just like a playground with
It'll be
Mario running
interesting.
around. Like, yeah, I want it to be like, I wanted them to take it seriously.
Well, it'll just be interesting because one of the Universal parks, I think, has a Sonic Spinball ride.
That's Thorpe Park, but
Thorpe Park?
Thorpe Park, it's in the UK somewhere, but it's not Disney or Universal.
I thought there was more than one place that had a Sonic ride.
No, there's just one, and then that place also has a Sonic hotel room, which we had plans on going to. It's like themed.
Alton Towers.
Yeah, Alton Towers, not Thorpe Park. I'm sorry, there's two.
Huh.
Thorpe is a different thing, but yeah, Alton Towers has like the hotel with the Sonic room. It has every Sonic game in there with all the game stations and all that stuff, and they have like Green Hill Zone wallpaper surrounding it and all that stuff. It sounds awesome to go there. I've always wanted to go there. Alton Towers also has the Saw ride. I guess Alton Towers just picks up the IPs that no one really wants to buy for rides, and they're just like, we'll do it.
Alton Towers, Britain's greatest escape.
Yep,
Their slogan.
that's great.
They have a ride called Oblivion.
Something I'm surprised hasn't been gotten into the theme park world.
Look at that. That's crazy.
The one thing I'm surprised hasn't been gotten into the theme park world yet is Ghostbusters.
It has a 180-foot drop.
Can you? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. Yeah, did you hear about the spin-off where they're all girls?
No, that's not the spinoff. That's the main reboot, and I'm actually excited for that. I think that that's great. Not only because like I've seen
Depends
with
on
this
the
person.
actresses they choose.
All of these actresses I've seen do great work, and the filmmakers as well. I believe it's the
Who
same
are
people.
They? No, who are the actresses?
With the actresses, there's most of them are from a film. Have you seen? You haven't seen Bridesmaids, but yeah, Melissa McCarthy is in one of them. No, she is one of them, and
She's in one of them. She's just hiding in their skin. That actress isn't
I
actually
love
real. It's just...
I love Melissa McCarthy so much. She's one of my favorite comedic actresses of all time because she's doing some great work right now, as well as Kristen Wiig, who is the other one. Kristen Wiig.
That
yeah.
sounds familiar.
She was the main girl in Bridesmaids, and the skinny one. So there's Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Cecilia Strong, I can't remember which one it was. She's mostly from Saturday Night Live and stuff like that. A great comedic actress. Kate McKinnon is the fourth one, and she was in Saturday Night Live as well. And apparently she did a bit.
They're all
Toy
from
Story
Saturday
Terror,
Night Live.
which is good. And Leslie Jones, she is the I guess she is going to be the what's his name?
Wait, so there's 5 of them?
Yeah, there's 5.
As opposed to 4?
Yeah. Which I guess is good. It's good. As many changes that they can make from the original, that's good because no one wants to see the same movie
Each one of
twice.
these is a top result for the Google search, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh, and then Google. I said Google while I had it opened, and so it's
For all you
now trying to search what I'm saying. So I'm just going to keep talking to see how big a box it'll. Oh, it stopped.
Okay. For all you
Stop result.
sexists
I will
and-
never use Google Plus, so stop trying to force me. Well, we saw how well that went.
for all the people who are either sexist or just don't like the idea of any sort of different Ghostbusters, fret not, because there is also going to be a male Ghostbusters spin-off coming from that, and there's also going to be a Ghostbusters TV show. I don't know if it's animated or not, but Ghostbusters is definitely coming back, and it's coming back in full.
Is
I'm not
Dan
sure how
Aykroyd
to
at
think
least
of it.
involved?
I really, really hope so. I really hope so.
I mean,
And-
he was one of the.
I know,
minds
but
behind
I
it.
know they're gonna be in it. Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd is gonna be in it.
Well,
Harold
Bill Murray
Ramis,
didn't help
obviously.
write it. He was just in it.
Yeah.
Dan
I know.
Aykroyd was way more involved in the
I just,
story.
I just wish that they wouldn't have waited so long so Harold Ramis could still be a part of it, because that, I don't know how that's like Muppets without Jim Henson, which they kind of pulled off, but it's never gonna be the same.
Second one didn't do as well. I heard. I never saw it.
The second Muppets movie,
Yeah, Muppets Most Wanted.
I heard it was horrible.
I didn't
But
hear
the
anything
first
really
one,
great about it.
Yeah, the first one with Jason Segel was amazing. I
The
loved that
ending
movie.
was just so empowering of the first one.
Yeah, it was great.
It was like, it's all gonna be back. Everything's gonna be good again, and then nothing. For
Any movie that just kidnaps Jack Black because they can.
I know. You just can't ask for much more than that.
I'm sorry, Mr. Black, we need you. What? Get me out of here now! Love it. Oh, man.
This isn't a joke.
Speaking of spin-offs and reboots, we have Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones Part 5 has been greenlit, and it is definitely going to be made. And I have many, many feelings about this. One of them mainly being, please try to do it with Harrison Ford. If you can't do it, don't make it Shia LaBeouf. That is my two things. I don't care if it's Sean Connery in a wheelchair.
I think he's going to be a little busy because I think they're trying to film all three movies really, really, really quickly for this trilogy.
Star Wars or
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Well, I know he's going to be
doubt
busy,
that
but I don't
they're
think
gonna-
this is
I
going
think
to
that's
happen.
why they're. I think that's partly why they're doing the reboot is that
Well-
they could get him for it at this point.
Well,
Star Wars is just going to make more money. They just know it.
Well, that's true, but let's think about this. How long does it normally take to make a movie? Like, it took Lord of the Rings. It took like 3 years to make each one. Not 3 years. Yeah, about 2 or 3 years to make each one. And with Star Wars, I believe that those took about 1.5 years in the original, and hell, probably less time, way less time for the prequels because half of those are blue screens anyway. But I'm guessing if Harrison doesn't have time until after Star Wars and he's going to be in Indiana Jones, they'll be starting production on Indiana Jones in about 4-5 years, which isn't that long to wait.
I don't know, but you also have to realize how much older he is than the other actors in the Star Wars movies.
That is also true. Oh, I don't have to realize that. I could just look at that part in the trailer. Although that is an amazing part of the trailer, the Chewie "We're home" line. Oh, that was great. But he just looks halfway dead. Pardon me, Mr. Ford, if you're listening. Halfway dead is necessarily not the most.
Well, he broke his leg during the filming for the movie. He just had a plane crash not too long ago.
Which I found
He's
out.
fine from what I heard, but
Oh
still.
no, not a scratch on him. The dude's a badass. But also, it was caused because that was his vintage World War II plane or something like that. Which
And something on it went wrong, and so he did what you're taught to do, which is to find a place where no one else will be hit where you can land. And
Yeah.
so that happened to be a golf course.
The comedic part about this is he landed right next to 2 doctors who took care of him immediately. So that's good.
No, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, Mr. Ford, keep doing what you're doing. You're badass and need to continue being such. But if they can't get Mr. Ford to reprise his role as Dr. Jones, I'm okay.
Oh, so Rianne Johnson has been confirmed to be the director for the episode 8.
Episode 8, who is going to be, okay, Rianne Jones. Oh, nice. She's done some good work.
It's a man?
Did I say she?
Yes.
I didn't mean to. I was just thinking in my head, Rianne sounds like a girl's name. It was like that thinking out loud kind of thing. Anyways, who would you? You already know my
He
answer.
hasn't done
but-
anything I've seen. He directed 3 episodes of Breaking Bad.
I still.
He
need to
also
watch that.
directed Looper.
I loved Looper.
I didn't see it.
I loved Looper.
Every time I hear the name Looper, it makes me think of the movie and video game Jumper.
Yeah, I heard that was a good movie too. Oh my gosh, I haven't
That was
played
not
the
a
game.
good movie. It did
I-
terribly.
I thought it was a good movie because I saw it and I don't remember it all.
You
So
were a teenager.
yeah, I don't remember any of it. I just
That's
remember
a good-
flashy
that's a-
things. So yeah,
Good thing to go by.
yeah,
If you've seen a movie and remember nothing about it.
it's good. Just give it the benefit of the doubt. You know, we need to live in a positive environment. So, anyways, yeah. You already know the answer to this one.
It
but
wasn't
who
a
would you-
flop. It made more than it cost, but
Well,
that's about it.
Okay, that's good. At least it didn't fail. Who would you want to be Indiana Jones if not Harrison Ford?
Chris Pratt.
My exactly. I completely agree. Chris Pratt as number one choice. If he can't do it, then I would
Chris Pratt or who played dang it, who played Captain Picard, sorry, Captain Kirk in the remake for Star Trek.
that is good.
Christopher Pine,
Chris Pine?
he could do it.
Chris Pine, isn't he also Thor?
No,
No, he's not.
that's Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, okay, yeah. Chris
There's a lot
Pine.
of Chris.
Chris Pine could do it. Yeah, he's charismatic as hell. I've seen him in Horrible Bosses 2 and all that stuff. I think
Hayden Christensen.
this has been the end of Tyrus&Nao Live, and sorry to cut it off so short, but I currently hate my partner. No, I feel I'm going to say another controversial.
Has he done anything since?
No, I hope not. Even if he did, the answer is no.
Oh wait, he was in the Jumper. That's why I stopped saying.
I'd say
He played the lead in the Jumper.
as a last
yes.
result, I'd want Army Hammer, not Army Hammer,
You want Army Hammer?
not Army. No, yeah, Army Hammer. He could play
Oh,
Indiana Jones.
I guess so. He was so dry.
Take him in the Lone Ranger and then make him not a wuss.
And
And
not
then,
dry.
huh?
He was very dry in that movie.
Yeah, make him have a personality. Make him not a wuss. Just teach him how to be Indiana Jones. I think he could be. I think he can make a good Indiana Jones. Because you could see he's done the action and all that stuff. Like Army Hammer's not by any means my first choice, but if I heard that he was Indiana Jones, I would not immediately be upset. I'd be.
No. This is one. This is one that would be
Uh,
very interesting. Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage is Indiana Jones. All bets are off. My hands are on the table. Just take my freaking money. I will watch 7 Indiana Jones movies back to back without
All
breaks
written
or
by
anything.
the guy that wrote Kingdom of the Christian Skulls.
Oh,
Yes,
I don't-
Christian Skulls.
I don't care.
Crystal Souls.
Make an episode where the sidekick is Jar Jar Binks, and I will have it. I will watch it as long as Nicolas Cage plays Indiana Jones. Tyrus, you have your moments, but that may have been the smartest thing you've ever said.
That would have been funny.
Gosh, it's like casting. It's like casting Christopher Walken as like Abraham Lincoln.
False God.
7 years ago,
20 years ago.
I shoved a watch up my ass.
You've been watching more of the walking throughs.
Oh, I actually haven't.
So, shout outs to Game Society Films and or Pimps if they have not been in your radar. They're a very funny channel.
Yes, highly suggest. Okay, there are some people we do need to shout out. Like, I know some people are probably going to think, like, what are you guys just going to be,
Plugging for the next 2 hours?
plugging for them over and over again? Why do you spend so much time with them? First off, they're our new lovers, so you back off. But Jimmy the Freak and Kellen Nitro are the are some of the best YouTubers on this channel, and y'all need to go check them out
On this
right
channel.
now. On this channel, is that what I meant to say? On this website, and you guys need to check them out right now. They're close to 500 subscribers, and they deserve to get there. And I'm going to tell you right now, listeners, listen to me. If you subscribe to them and they get to 500 subscribers, I will personally mail you a piece of cake. As long as you send me a message about it, you will get cake. Understand? Understand. Good.
You also
Great.
have to mail him a box, postage paid on it, and dry ice.
So when you open it, it'll just be and there'll be a letter that's in there.
No. This is so you can send them the cake
Oh.
and it not be dead.
Oh, I thought it was just for
freeze
effect.
cake. You can freeze cake. I've done it. I froze the top half of my wedding cake.
I was gonna send him an
And
ice
then ate
cream
it
cake.
6 months later instead of waiting until my first wedding anniversary.
Oh no! You failed that test. I would have too. If it was like a
No, we
wedding,
failed hard.
a wedding chicken.
We were like, look, cake. We made it 6 months. That's long enough.
We make.
No,
Oh,
it's
that's
going
great.
on 2 years this August.
There you go, buddy. Round of applause for the Velcro monkey.
For the Velcro monkey?
I mean, from the Velcro monkey. A clap
Round
for the
of
Velcro
applause for
monkey.
the tiny jingling duck that belongs to my son.
Oh, damn this war. Oh man, this has been a good time.
We have bought him way too many bath toys for someone who can't play with them yet.
It's always good to have bath toys. Like like my baby sister, I still live with her, and whenever I go in like to the shower, like my mom already gave her a bath, so there's just like toys all over the shower. And it's just like you don't know whenever you're groggy and you're just trying to take a shower to wake up, you're just stepping on like innocent heads of characters that you once loved, and you're just like, get out of here! She turned 2 this month, and she is just getting more and more adorable as time goes on.
Does she still find the power button on your computer fascinating?
No. No one played with my computer more than my dogs did.
Interesting fact. Hayden Christensen was in Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Really?
Yes.
Did you know Jack Black is going to be starring in the newest Goosebumps movie coming out soon?
I heard something about something like that. But I didn't
can't
hear about
wait.
him being involved.
Oh yeah, he's starring in it. So, 2 of my favorite things: Jack Black and Goosebumps.
Oh, we
Oh
can
my
also,
God!
thank his older sister for him being discovered.
Thank you, older sister. I hope. Be nice here, Niall. I hope you get coffee and it's much too cold for you to enjoy every single day of your life. And then you die.
Filmography, let's see. Star Wars Episode 3. And nothing of consequence after that. Okay.
Oh, man. The only
2005. I remember going to see that the night it premiered.
Episode 3?
St. Louis. Yes.
I went there. I saw it for my birthday.
That wasn't the night it premiered. I remembered it premiered on my sister's birthday, which is at least 4 days before yours.
Well, I know, but it was still in theaters, so we went and saw it for
That's
my
not a
birthday.
premiere, bro.
It wasn't
You call
a
yourself
premiere.
a movie buff, and you
Okay.
never go to midnight premieres.
I always try my best, but they're not around here. Okay, I am a movie
What?
buff. I'm a movie buff because I went and I was the only person in the theater for Mas Negro que la Noche, and
Hey, I was the only person in the theater for Rugrats in Paris.
that is a damn good film. And no one can tell me otherwise. I literally tears. Yeah, all right, hold on. We need to talk about this.
No, you're right. Literally tears at the beginning.
Tears also in the saddest moment of my childhood. Chucky's on a plane, and he's looking out, and there's like clouds. And, oh yeah, that's the beginning. The I Want a Moment That Lasts For. Oh god, I can't even think about it.
It's so sad.
You know what? The weirdest thing made me cry. All right, movie. Viewers, don't judge me. I don't
Viewers
care
who
if you do.
expected consistency and normalcy from this podcast, we are sorry. We called it the ColdCast for a reason.
I cry very easily, especially when it comes to Disney movies. Like, I cry not very easily in life,
I cry
but
every
very
time
easily
I watch,
whenever it comes to movies.
Field of Dreams.
I cry every time I watch Forrest Gump. But I was watching Hercules, okay? A movie I never thought I'd shed a tear at. And like I didn't cry hard. I just got like my eyes watered up and a tear went down. You know, it was like the sexy cry, like oh no no. Yeah. But I'll tell you what did it.
The single Native American tear, like the old commercials, the public service announcements from the
Yeah.
60s.
In the beginning of the movie, like Hercules goes to Danny DeVito, who is just he's the reason why I watched that movie. It's just
I
like
love that it's not even. It's not. We don't even remember what his name was.
it's like Poe or something. I don't know.
It was Phil. It was
Phil.
Phil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
Danny
we just
DeVito.
call him Danny DeVito.
So he goes up to Danny DeVito and he's like, "Didn't you ever have a dream?" And he goes like, "Yeah, I was training all the greats and they all died and all they want is for someone to look up in the sky and see him in the stars and say, hey, that's Phil's boy." And he looks so sad and optimistic when he was saying that. And then at the end, spoilers, whenever Hercules like defeats everything and saves the world, Hercules is in the stars and someone looks up and says, "Hey, look, it's Phil's boy."
Yeah, it's
And
the guy with the burnt cat.
And Phil starts to shed a tear, and he's so happy. I'm just like, everybody's happy. Oh yeah, maybe it's because I was really tired while watching it, but it got a tear out of me.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I noticed that. Like, if I'm watching something and I start tearing up, I always blame it on me being tired.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a man. I wasn't built with tears. Tiredness is the demon that gave me the tears.
Interview
So,
with Jambogar coming soon.
Oh, yeah,
Anyway,
video games have been in a terrible state lately. We need to admit this. It's been flooded by the Call of Duties and the.
it hasn't been. It's gotten better lately. I think, in my opinion.
It's gotten better, but it's not. It hasn't been like.
Let me look at all of the things that have filled my library in the last year.
It's been good, but it hasn't been
Dishonored
like
wasn't
1995,
last year, but Dishonored was
1999
good.
good.
No, Dishonored was good. The Batman games,
Always good. Those are
very good. Very different than a lot. Goat Simulator, which I know is just YouTube bait, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
Um,
But hold on. My point is
I feel like indie games.
indie
There's
games.
this insurgence. of
We've
indie
talked
games
about
is
this.
What is gonna bring it back from the Battlefields and the Call of Duties?
Exactly, and I feel like we just got the news of our first sign that indie games are finally letting people know, hey, these are the type of games that we want to build. Now, we're probably never going to get Banjo-Kazooie 3. I mean 4. I mean 3, actually, now that I think about it. We're never going to get that.
But there is something that's coming out.
Yep. Tell them.
It's called Ukulele. I even told you about it.
Uh-huh.
It's awesome. It's about a chameleon and a bat.
And that's just adorable. My only
They don't wear clothes.
That's my only complaint. That's why I want them to wear a little jacket or like a hat or something like that. I don't know, but
Maybe they'll change that because I could see a lot of people wanting that.
out of everything I saw in that trailer,
the
that
bat
is
needs at least a
literally that is literally my only complaint. Is I want them to be wearing some clothes, and that is not a big complaint to have. Out of everything, it's gonna be co-op. It's Grant Kirkhope and everybody else who worked on Banjo-Kazooie is gonna
and
be
the guy
there.
who did all the music for Donkey Kong 64. Oh no, Donkey Kong Country, not 64. Country.
Yeah.
All 3 games.
Yeah,
He's
you know
involved.
Yes, that guy. Those people.
The one that song
yeah.
instantly takes me to Nostalgia Town.
Doesn't it? Like that song. The people
Like
who made that
I
song.
can listen to that song on loop. Just the first 20 seconds of it, where it's just cranking his little phonograph. I can listen to that for a day and be happy.
Those people are collaborating to make this what we've been asking for so long is a big budget platform game that doesn't have guns, doesn't have grimy gray textures. It's colorful, it's happy. People are going to call it a kids game.
Go back it, folks.
Go back it right now.
We're going to be in the credits.
Oh,
because we're going to back it.
You bet your ass we are. It's going to be fantastic.
Those credits are going to be like 30 minutes long because of how many people have backed it already.
Listen.
And I don't care. I want to be in it.
You guys are feeling down about yourself. If your good buddy Niall can get himself in the credits of Tusk, you can get yourself in the credits of Ukulele. I'll tell you what. All right?
I forgot you're in Tusk. It's such an accomplishment.
It is an accomplishment, sir. Oh man. Oh gosh, that's I can't wait to play that because like
I want that movie to happen to you.
And then thank you. That is the I swear, me and Lex went on a whole bunch of jokes about how, like, when we're gonna visit you, you're just gonna snap and you're gonna turn us into meese or mice. Moose. Mice is taken. Those are Tyruses. Yeah, they're gonna turn us into Tyruses. Yeah. Well, there's also I know.
the only YouTuber with a plural of his own name.
I don't know if I've discussed this on the podcast before, but I've been thinking about them more and more, and I'm really excited for one of these movies. But there are 3 movies coming out based on video games, and they're going to be CG, and they're going to look really good. But as we all know, movies based on video games aren't really, haven't had the best history. But these, I think, are going to be the first ones to get them done.
That's going to be good.
Oh, that's not a video game. You
But there was a video game.
dense,
There was a
ignoramus.
video game.
There was a video game, but that's not the source material. Anyways, Sly Cooper, which is the one I'm excited about. Jack
Isn't
and
there a Ratchet
Daxter
and Clank one too?
and Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, Ratchet and
excited
Clank,
about the
Jack
Ratchet
and
and Clank,
Daxter, and
But
Sly
I
Cooper.
could see Sly Cooper being good.
They already saw the trailer for Ratchet for all of them. There's a teaser for all of them. I could be wrong about Jack and Daxter. Maybe it's Crash
I'm worried
Bandicoot or
about
something.
Jack and Daxter if they do something like that, just because I don't know if they're going to have it be set in the first game where Jack doesn't talk, or the other 2 where he does, but he's trying way too
They
hard
could
to
just
pull
Jay
Christian
and
Bale.
Silent Bob it. They could just Jay and Silent Bob it the whole time, where like Daxter does all the talking and all that stuff.
Well, that's what I want them to do. Because that was funnier because he always got looks from Jack when she said something Jack didn't agree with.
But yeah, in Sly Cooper, the movie trailer, like Sly looks different. He doesn't look bad. He looks different, but he doesn't
He doesn't look.
badass.
He's not like photorealistic
no,
nonsense like
no.
the
Thank goodness he's
the
not.
Sonic fan film that we had our hopes up for.
We don't speak of the
For
dark
so
times.
long.
We don't speak of the dark times.
So sad.
But yeah, Bentley looks cool, Sly looks cool, and the trailer is done exactly like the games, and I love those games. Like those are some of my favorite
What about Murray?
platformers
How does
ever.
Murray look?
Murray looks hilarious, and he is hilarious. Like he wears pants, which is a change.
I kind of wish that they would just use the same voice actors.
They do
I mean,
have the
they're
same
all-
voice actors.
They are.
Yeah, you can't
Thank
do Sly
goodness.
Cooper without those voice actors.
They like have to.
Sly, we need to go to
I
get
know.
the
It's
things.
great. He's like I don't know, Bill Cosby with glasses and a nose.
Don't worry, Sly. I'll bust through them while you pick the lock. Don't worry, guys. And that's not Sly.
It's all the snakes just there.
Don't worry, guys. I got this. No, yeah, I can't do Sly. I'd love to because he has an awesome voice, but yeah, I can't. Those games are my childhood. I remember playing the second one first, and then the first one second, and then the third one last, which is ironically how I play most of my trilogies.
Odd thing that Sly's always reminded me of is Ricky Tikki Tavi,
Ricky
the animated
Tikki
thing. It's based on one of the stories in the Jungle Book, the actual book,
Uh-huh.
not the book that they based the movie The Jungle Book off of,
How hipster of you.
which is not that. Yes, it's a little hipster of it. And there's a story about a mongoose named Ricky Tikki Tavi, and the animated version of it, the voice actor and his personality sounds a lot like Sly.
You know what room he lives in his
Someone
house?
out there knows what I'm talking about.
You know what room Ricky Tikki Tavi lives in his room, in his house?
The room where he threatens to kill his cousin for making noise.
No, he lives in the Ricky Tikki 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 room, in the Ricky Tikki 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 Tikki. For all of those
I'll
who
show
laughed
it
at that,
to
you
you
deserve your
I'll
subscription.
show it to you sometime because it's a fun little animated thing.
Okay, that's cool.
He kills a
Um,
snake.
How long have he been recording? I don't know, but let's talk about Pirates of the Caribbean. I've recently, like I mentioned, I've taken a break
I don't
from.
know how to feel about 5.
Well, hold
If
on,
it's
let me.
anything. If more than like 2 characters from 4 are in it, I'm not gonna really want to see it.
Well, here's the thing. I mentioned earlier I took a break from. I'm taking a mandatory break from social media to avoid spoilers of what the Hatbox Ghost looks like.
Right.
So I've been filling the time watching the Pirates of the Caribbean films. I watched 1, 2, 3, and 4. And while I was watching 4, I was keeping everybody's complaints about it in my mind because I liked it. I didn't love it as much as the other ones, but I was trying to figure out, like, from a filmmaker's point of view, what they were trying to do. And let's just go through each and
Make
every
money.
single one of them. Well, no. Just hear me out. Well, yes, but just hear me out. The first one is the closest to the ride that that it gets because it has the most scenes from the ride. The story is crafted around making references to the ride. It's a good movie. It is. And but the thing you can notice about it, especially after like being used to all the characters, is the characters are kind of turned down a bit. Their personalities aren't as maxed. They're all just trying to. It seems like they were trying to do like a one thing because it opens itself and it closes itself. Now, obviously, it was a smash hit. They make a second one. The second one has a cliffhanger because they wrote the second and third one at the same time and they shot them both back to back. The second and third one.
They shot all three back to back, didn't they?
Oh, nope, they didn't. They shot the first one and then they waited a little bit to see how it did and then they wrote.
No, yeah, you're right. Sorry, second two.
Yeah. And
you misspoke or something. I misheard.
yeah, sorry about that. And I love the second. I love the second two or the 2 and 3 because I love that story. I love Davy Jones and I love how dark they get. And a lot of people criticize it for trying to be too dark, but I don't know. It has a lot of good lines in it and all that stuff. And it's a really, really good adventure and it puts a close on that trilogy. Now, 4 comes out. Let me tell you all the complaints I've heard about it. Has nothing to do with the original 3. It feels really different. It feels toned down. There's not as much action and adventure, and it seems like it tried to focus on making a little bit more references to the ride than the other ones did, and it focused too much on not being as epic as the other ones. Sound familiar? It sounds a lot like the first. It's how it's not as epic as the other ones, but it sounds a lot like it's the first of a trilogy. And now there's a 5th one. And what I think they're doing is this is what you're ultimately watching.
I don't know. It seemed like they were trying hard to be epic, but they just kind of failed.
No, because
they pulled out Blackbeard.
I looked at the trivia and I watched the behind the scenes and all that stuff. Yeah, it's not as epic on purpose. They toned it down to focus more on the characters because what they are doing, and this is confirmed, is they're starting up another trilogy, and that's why this felt so out of place because this is another part 1 of another 3 movies where you're following Jack and all his crazy adventures, and I'm down with that. I love Jack as a character. I love Jeffrey Rush's Barbossa as a character. He kicks ass, and I want to see Jeffrey Rush in more things, and it goes without saying, Johnny Depp as Jack is just incredible to watch all the time, and it's hilarious. All the movies are funny, they're action, and maybe sometimes it gets a little bit too supernatural for their own good, but I'm down to watch 2 more movies that are coming out. I'm excited for these, and I don't know how long they're gonna take it, but as long as they keep making them, I'm gonna keep watching them because I don't know, they know what they're doing.
I'm not saying I'd never watch it, but I'd be hesitant. I watched number 4, Stranger Tides, probably too many times when it came out because I was just in situations where it was the only thing I could do. I literally sat in a drive-in. We watched what was the movie that was before it? I can't remember at all. I think it was
Alfred Returns.
It was like one of the
Iron
Mans
I'm
or
home.
something. I think it was Iron Man 3 or I don't know. It wasn't Iron Man 3, but
one of the Iron Mans was on
one of the superhero movies, or some nonsense. And that it was really good. And then I had already seen on Stranger Tides, and then it came on as the second movie. When you go to a drive-in, there's 2 movies. It's a double showing. And so me and the other guy had already seen it. Went in my car and just changed the radio station.
I just watched it, yeah. I mean,
we listened to other stuff while we watched it, and it made it better.
Funny. I've only seen that movie twice. Once when it first came out, and once recently. And I don't know, it's still good. I can imagine how watching it over and over again, because I've seen 2 and 3 and 1
day after the other. Mm-hmm. It was several weeks between it, but I didn't like it enough the first time that I just didn't care.
Yeah, and I can understand that. I can.
And it takes a lot for that to happen for me with a Disney movie.
I just feel like as long as they do less Lone Ranger, more Pirates 3, then it should be pretty good. Because let's face it, Lone Ranger was a bit of a disappointment. It had its good moments. It did. Johnny Depp was Johnny Depp. Armie Hammer, he did good for what he was supposed to do, but he wasn't supposed to do what he was supposed to do.
He wasn't the Lone Ranger like he was in the movies.
Yeah.
In the serials.
That was not the Lone Ranger. That was a cowardly. That movie's Roger Rabbit. You don't believe me? Go watch it again. That is Roger Rabbit. Okay. What do we have? We have Sheriff or detective in Roger Rabbit's case, pairing up with a loony character whose people is in danger because the big bad person is gonna destroy their land. So, like with a railway instead of a freeway, it's Roger Rabbit. It is literally Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but done as a western. And instead of Eddie Valiant's character being strong and cool and funny like Eddie Valiant, he was a nerdy, quirky, I don't know if I can be as good as I'm supposed to, shucks kind of person. So, yeah, that's. But at the same time, I still had fun watching it. I just couldn't compare it to the serial's Lone Ranger.
Okay, I just found out something literally just now.
Mm-hmm. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
There's something that makes it why Stranger Tides wasn't that great.
Uh-huh.
It's based on a book that was written for a different lead character.
Oh, I
They
knew
literally
that.
just put Jack over it.
No, they didn't just put Jack over it, but
They
the only
pretty
thing,
much just put Jack over
the
it.
only difference is the only similarity is it's about pirates and they tried to find the Fountain of Youth. Nothing to do with Blackbeard
was
or
involved, and that
was he?
yeah.
I didn't read that Blackbeard was involved and got shanghaied on the ship and all that stuff.
Well, who was the villain in that movie? In Stranger Tides, the movie.
Blackbeard?
Yeah, and he was in the book.
Well, actually, Tyrus, if you paid attention, Temptation is the real villain.
Yeah, because the priest who gets drowned by the mermaid. Yes.
He actually didn't get drowned. She kissed him and breathed life into him, and then he was awake. If you pay attention.
And then dragged underwater and never seen again.
Yeah, but
I consider that drowning.
You know what? You don't know. You don't know their life. They got married under there.
No one knows.
They got married under there. Okay.
You have no proof that I'm not.
She dragged him all the way to freaking underwater Arendelle, or whatever the hell Ariel's kingdom was called.
Underwater Arendelle. There would be no underwater Arendelle because it would all be
melted,
solidified. I'm not saying the title of the movie because it's overdone.
Solidified. So Solidified 2 is in production, and I hope they're not rushing it because it seems like something new Disney would do, and it's not going to be as good.
What was that channel? I don't know, but they had like those Frozen
Solidified
movies.
trailer?
No, those videos we watched of just terrible
Oh yeah,
mismatches of things
like Chilled,
in Frozen. Yeah,
Chilled 1,
Chilled.
Chilled 2.
Chilled 2, the squeakle for no reason. They're so good. Just the entire song. The entire song about being lonely and all that. It's just so funny when your eyes just start traveling. We'll put a link to that because that's so funny.
Right. Tyrus is definitely going to remember to do all these things. Because I will forget. I'm just going to edit. Like, I'm not going to have to do much editing on this.
So the sequel, apparently, Pirates 5 is coming out in 2017. It's called Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Which is a good title. Now, one of the reasons why I love Johnny Depp is he's a serious man, but he's not afraid to party. And during production, he left. He had a little bit to drink and fell on his hand and broke it. Now he needs surgery, and that's why it's coming out in 2017 instead of 2016.
Have you read the synopsis for Pirates 5?
Oh, they have one?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Captain Jack Sparrow is pursued by an old enemy, Captain Salazar, who, along with his crew of ghost pirates, has escaped from the Devil's Triangle and is determined to kill every pirate at sea. Jack seeks the mythical Trident of Poseidon, which will bestow upon its possessor total control over the seas to use against Salazar.
Okay, first off, Salazar sounds dangerously close to Jambagar.
Everything does to you right now.
We're gonna need to sue Disney and see how well that works out for us. I'm digging that. It's some would call it too much, but
to me it just sounds like too much.
I love it. I think they can do it. If it was any other series, I would instantly be worried with that much plot. But I'm down. Alright, Jack.
I don't know. It might just be me, but I think Ghost Pirates, after already having Zombie Pirates for 2 movies.
Well, those are ghost pirates. Well, maybe they're not ghost pirates. Maybe like the first one, they're zombie pirates. But think about Lord of the Rings 3. Like maybe that's the type of stuff we're gonna see, which I'm okay with seeing. I'm fine with that.
It's a similar idea. They can't die, so how do you defeat them? You can't. You have to find some loophole, and it's going to be just like that again.
Yeah, which is okay. I guess if they do it right.
If it's the same plot with just a different result, instead of finding all the coins, they have to find some stick with points on it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay,
We'll have to see what happens
here's the
with
thing.
it. We'll have to see what happens with it.
Yeah, my standards are so low for this. As long as you have good action, funny lines, good acting, and at least 3 references to the ride, I'm gonna say it's worth my money. So are you listening? Just, I don't know, make one of the ships the Wicked Wench. Or have make Jack have to find some girl who's vital to the plot, but it turns out she's actually getting auctioned off at a bride auction. Or what haven't they done? Make him sail.
Make it a horror movie and have Jack go to a world where literally everyone is an animatronic, and he finds out that he's inside of the ride.
And Walt Disney, played by Tom Hanks again, comes up and says, "Oh, congratulations, you figured it out." Yep, this here is my pride and joy.
It ends just like the Truman Show.
Oh yeah, exactly. And Tom Hanks playing Walt is behind it all, and just Disneyland. All of Disneyland has been sitting on Tom Sawyer's Island watching a giant screen with his life been on it. That'd be great. I'm just so anxious. I can't wait to see this Hatbox Ghost, man. Taking everything out of me. Do you understand? Like, you don't go on Facebook ever, and you don't go on Twitter that much. But when all you do, like, picture every time you open up your phone and you play a game or something like that, the only thing I would do is look at Facebook, like, because it had memes and funny stuff on it. I haven't done that for 3 days, man. 3 days. And I'm just... I want to see this ghost. I can't wait. I'm so happy the Del Toro movie. Like, how long has it been? 5 years since I first told you about it, and we got no updates whatsoever.
I thought we had one since then.
Well, Ryan Gosling, but no, in the entire... ever since the 2010 announcement video, we've gotten nothing. Except for the Ryan Gosling thing, which happened a month ago.
It's still something.
Yeah. I can't wait. That's gonna be fantastic. Because what I heard is he kept turning in scripts that were it's a horror movie, kids.
I saw X-Men First Class before I saw the movie for the second time. Sorry, it was bothering me. I had to look up an actual release schedule.
This is going to be a horror movie, guys. It's not going to be Eddie Murphy running around. It's not going to be Disney.
It was just a
it
bad
is going
night for
to be
me because I didn't like X-Men First Class the first time I saw it either.
The X-Men is something I need. All of Marvel is something I need to watch. Every single one except I've seen Iron Man.
I've given all I can do is give.
I've seen Iron Man, and that's it. I haven't seen Captain Thor, or I haven't seen Hulk Erica, or I haven't seen Spider God of the Thunderness. None of them.
Spider-Man's not in this. Well, he wasn't in this universe.
I've seen all of the Spider-Mans because I like Spider-Man.
All the Spider-Man.
I've seen all of the Spider-Man.
He's.
I'm disappointed they're not going to do more Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans.
Huh?
So I was among the very few that actually liked those. Let me see, Spider-Man. They're doing a reboot for the new Marvel, right?
What?
They're doing a new Spider-Man movie, right?
No, they're not doing a reboot.
Not a reboot, but they're just doing a new Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, but different studio.
I know.
It's going back.
That's kind of cool. I mean, people are like, I guess we can't really complain, saying like, "Oh, it's confusing. It's so many actors for one superhero." Michael Keaton.
Batman.
Yeah, Michael Keaton, George freaking Clooney, his nipples. Christian Bale.
They contributed more to that movie than he will to like 3 movies he's been in.
Was it Clooney for both Forever and Robin?
Yeah, Clooney was the only one that was for 2, I think.
Let me see. Batman Forever, because I'm sure... Val Kilmer. Kilmer was Forever, and then Clooney was Robin.
Was Rich Batman.
Yeah, he was Rich Batman. This is why Superman works alone. Just die. I was in a city council meeting for a project, and one of the...
I was in a civil war for a project.
One of the guys, one of the judges, or whatever the hell they're called, their last name was Schumacher, and I wanted to disagree with everything he said. So we've quite the journey. Updated about life, Ghostbusters, Hatbox, Universal, Nintendo, Indiana Jones, Pirates 5, ukulele. We are out of stuff to talk about.
I'm out of your patience.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I've taught lessons today, and those lessons are: if you are bored and you have a friend of the best variety, call them, and if they don't answer, leave them about a 2.5-minute message filled with your mind having no filter, and I promise you will make their day better. Maybe you could
Not
share it on
everyone
the internet.
has that talent that we do for just pure drivel to come out every time we open our mouths.
What did you Tyrus went AFK earlier, and he came back to me talking to myself. What was I saying?
I don't even know, man.
I
I can't remember.
was doing voices, just talking to myself, and I was, what about steak and breakfast? Oh,
Yes,
I'm Batman. Just a
Oh,
dialogue.
hi.
Pippin telling Mary he's Batman while Mary's trying to convince him to have second breakfast.
Mary was agreeing with it, but then you realized that the accent was weird. And so you changed it from just saying you turned I into I'm. And
Oh,
then you
I'm
went
Batman.
Oh, I'm Batman. And so it sounded like you were just saying Batman randomly in there.
Yes, Pip, do you still want second breakfast? I protect the Shire with my bat-like powers. Second
It's
breakfast can wait for
ridiculous.
third breakfast. Anyways, I think
You
we're
can
gonna
never
go ahead.
skip third breakfast.
You never skip third breakfast. Think he's never heard of it, Pip.
So did I tell you Guillermo del Toro is allegedly making the trailer for Fallout 4?
I'm pissed off at him and frickin' trailers. Did you hear Silent Hills got canceled for a little bit?
No, he's not involved. Fallout 4 is not a movie. This is a video game he's making the trailer for.
I know.
He's making the trailer, not the game. So he's going to put movie-like effort into a trailer for a game.
Okay, that does sound awesome. I heard you wrong
Yeah.
the first time. That sounds really awesome. I love Guillermo del Toro. Everything he does is great. But yeah, Silent Hills got canceled for a little bit, but a petition got it back. I don't know if that was a rumor about it coming back. Let me see. But I was really upset because I'm looking forward to a new Silent Hill game that tries. Uncancelled. Yep, Silent Hills officially uncancelled. Petition has amassed over 71,000 signatures. There you go, people. Your voices matter. If we can get Majora's Mask 3D to happen.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, we were
We
like
did sign a petition for that.
we signed it when it was like 200 signatures, right? Like
We signed
200
it. Yeah,
something.
we were like
yeah.
500th
Yeah.
or something like that. It was pretty early in it.
We haven't
And
even
then
played
Nintendo
it.
said it wasn't anything to do with this petition. It's like,
Dicks.
dang it, Nintendo, why do you have to be so jerkish about it?
Why can't
Why
you
can't you
give
just
that
tell us
to
it helped?
Oh man.
I still need to buy that game because I promised I'd buy it. I said if it came out, I would buy it.
Oh, cool. Oh yes. Okay, hold on. There's this channel I like called Fresh Baked Disney, and it's just this dude. You've seen me walk around and talk to myself
How
at
are you
Disneyland.
checking other stuff?
I got a
while
Twitter
you're
thing.
recording?
I got a Twitter thing, and I have a phone. Thank you. Yeah, he
Okay,
also
good.
has Fresh Baked Gaming, where he plays like Disney games and other stuff, and he just started Kingdom Hearts, which evidently so did I. Also, fuck Clayton. Anyway, so that is Tyrus&Nao Live for this week, month, year, whatever we
He
decide
was
on.
using the Kingdom Key.
Don't tell the people. How could I not? Hold on. How could I not use the Kingdom Key? Because you don't get the
After you
Tarzan
defeat
key.
the boss.
Then you get the Tarzan key. After you defeat the boss. So I had to use the Kingdom Key to defeat the boss.
Well, still, you didn't put it on.
Okay, that is irrelevant to the situation, sir.
You didn't have it on like an hour after that.
Anyways, this has been.
And I thought you got one before that, but I guess you get to choose what place you go to.
This has been Tyrus&Nao Live. I am Nao.
And I am Tyrus.
Yes, and this is Velcro Monkey. We hope
And
you
this
guys.
is Jingling Tiny Duck.
Damn this war. I hope you all have a great week, and we'll hope to see you guys sometime soon. Expect some sort of video about the Hatbox Ghost when I finally get there on the 22nd. All right. Bye-bye.
Channels to be determined.
Yeah, channel to be determined. All right, goodbye.